Hey guys, Nicole here, and I wanted to do an updated room tour. So this might be a long video or two separate videos. I'm not for sure. I'm going to go pretty specific just because I think I have it how I'm going to have it for a while, and I've moved some things around and just wanted to kind of show you guys how I've incorporated moving my office into my scrap room, and I've also made myself like a Scrapbook and Bible journaling section and just changed some things around. So I'm loving it and just wanted to show you guys how my room is set up now and go through how I have things organized. Not to say I won't ever change anything, but I think I have it pretty well set for now, minus a few things that are still laying around, but mostly I have it how I want it. So first, to start off, one of the big changes I made was actually kind of coming out of my scrapbook room a little bit, which I didn't want to do, but it made sense because my Cricut Imagine was just on top of a shelf collecting dust, and it may still collect dust here, but I wanted to get it down to where it was more handy and usable and in a place where I would actually maybe even possibly use it. And also that my kids could use it because they're at that age where they're doing school projects and things, and my youngest daughter loves to play with it. I have a cartridge where she can make like paper dolls and things, and I wanted to get it out to more of a family area where they could use it as well as myself. So it's right outside my scrapbook area, but it's kind of in our more living area space. And it's on top of this old vintage radio that belonged to my grandparents. And there is storage in there, but I think I have all my my sewing machine and stuff in there right now. But I just have it on top there, part of the mess on the top. My daughter's doing a string art project, and I have a selfie stick that my other daughter was playing with, just sitting there. And then I also went ahead and just put my big shot out here as well. So all my cartridges, die cut supplies, embossing folders, dies, all that is all now here. I have this kind of tall, skinny shelf that has had multiple purposes over the years, but it worked out perfect because it fit that skinny twirly thing that has dies and embossing folders, and then was able to store everything I needed. It's not the prettiest, but I really honestly don't care. You know, it's functional, and the gold works in the way the rest of the room. Anyway, so that was kind of a big change that I made, and that kind of got some bigger areas emptied out of my actual space so I could rearrange a few things. So that was one of the main changes. The other change is, and I'll go into this in more detail, is I made this, I had this set up as kind of my artsy desk, but what I went ahead and did was set this up to be my Bible journaling desk and also like Scrapbooks and those things, because I went ahead and just combined all those supplies together. I combined them together here, and because I just saw them working for both types of scrapbooking, and I love it. I love it, love it, love it. So this, I did some work too. And then these I had to incorporate, again, a lot more office supplies and things. So I had to move some stuff around there. And then there's an extra desk, this white desk right there that I added in that was in my office. And so I just had to, I know the last time I showed the room, I had my printer there and that was not working for me. And now I think I have it where it all works beautifully. So I'm just going to back up here and just show you the room as you look at it from our living room. And yes, it is a large space. It's a lot of stuff. I absolutely love it and love spending time in here. And you know, like I said, I don't just scrapbook in here. I do a lot of book work and things in here. And it's just a nice, happy room to sit down and do your accounting books. So I love it. I'm going to just go around the room and kind of go through all the details. I do want to say first up front, just because I know I'm going to get comments and I don't have to address it again. And not that I need to address it. It's not, it shouldn't matter to anybody, but I do have a lot of stuff, and I have been scrapbooking since I was 15, and to age myself, that's like maybe 18 years or ish. I don't even know how old I am. I'll be honest with you. I have to do the math. Anyway, I've been scrapbooking for a long time, and I do a lot of scrapbooking, not just personally. I do a lot of scrapbooking personally, and I'm actually, at the end of this video, you guys, I'm gonna actually show you where I keep my albums and the projects that I make around my house and how they function in my house as decorations and how I use them for display. So at the end, I'm gonna be doing some video on that because I have that system pretty well set in place. So I do a ton of scrapbooking for myself, but I also scrapbook for other people. And that in itself, I do purge a lot, but that in itself leads me to not purge as brutally as I might, because a lot of the supplies that I may purge that I may no longer use, I would use for someone else's pages. More theme-wise, like I used to make mini albums that I'd sell. So I have some, like, for instance, some football stickers and stuff. Well, I don't have any kids that play football. I have 2 girls. And I would normally purge that, but I keep it because, well, if I'm scrapbooking for someone that has a boy that plays football, then I'll be able to use it, and then I won't have to go buy it again. Because a lot of that stuff is pretty basic, you know. And most of the time when someone hires me to do a scrapbook for them or to do pages for them, they don't give a whickety whack, using Tracy Claiborne's term there, they don't give a whickety whack about what supplies I'm using. They don't care how new it is, how trendy it is. They just like want the scrapbook to be completed, usually for a gift. Like when someone comes to me and wants to do a whole album, it's usually like a wedding gift type of situation, and it's going to be from baby pictures through their wedding day kind of thing. And then I also scrapbook consistently for a gal who just consistently gives me pictures. Each time I'll give her a layout, she gives me pictures, I give her a layout, she gives me pictures. And so but I never know, because like she sells babies and I don't have babies anymore. So, but I'm keeping my baby stuff to use to scrapbook her photos. So it's just one of those situations where it's better for me to have more stuff than less, because I need those different options. I also make a lot of projects for my shop. I co-own a coffee/retail shop, and most of the retail is handmade. And so that is a way for me to earn money, because I'm already there and I get 100% of the proceeds. So when I'm the one making it, just as part owner, and so I can make cards, and I do make cards, and I make mini albums, and I make like the paper bag albums and things like that. And so I have these random like paper pads, like hunting themed, that I would never buy for myself. We're not hunters. But I got it, and I make paper bag albums and sell them at the shop, and they're like before Father's Day, and they're great gifts, and they make me a little bit of money to then come buy some more scrappy stuff. So I just do, and then I also, like I said, I've said in the past, I used like a whole basket full of ribbons and trims, making an outline for our coffee shop area in the shop that we hung from the ceiling. And I'm always using like supplies like that. And I had actually sold a whole bunch of them, and I regretted it, so it just I have to just be careful about that fine line between getting rid of stuff that I just know I'm not going to use, and holding on to it, and then being able to use it and actually, you know, earn a little income on it, but actually get it used onto a page or a project. So anywho, I do have a lot of stuff, and I totally know that. But that is a part of the reason why. The other part is because I love it, and I purge when I need to, and I sell things when I need to, and when I feel overwhelmed. But my kit process helps me a lot with getting my stuff used up. And obviously I've done many videos kind of showing that process. So I just wanted to start with that, because I know I'm very blessed, and I'm very lucky, and I'm blessed to be able to have so many fun things that I can use for my Bible journaling and my scrapbooking and my card making and things like that. And I have a lot of product, and I could probably not buy something or anything for the next 20 years and still have plenty of stuff to use. But it makes me happy to play with newer stuff. It makes me happy to just fully immerse myself into this hobby. It is part of my life. It has been part of my life for a long time, and I just absolutely love it. So anyway, I will get off my soapbox and I will start the tour. Now that you've gotten a nice general picture of the room for about, 10 minutes now. Anyway, on the floor here, I don't like to have stuff on the floor. I just brought these back from upstairs. Those are my Disney albums from not our last trip, but our trip before. And I just have maybe like 5 or 10 pages to finish up in those. So I brought them down. I had them upstairs on a coffee table so the kids could look at them in preparation for our last trip that we took in October, and just to help with that, get them excited for it. And so now I'm ready to I need to just wrap those up and put them away so I can start on the new ones and not feel guilty about it. So here I have just a little like pin board there. And then I have this paper pad holder here, just your, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Joann's paper pads. And then I have the typewriter from We Are Memory Keepers on top. And my daughter is in the process of writing her first novel, actually probably like her 5th. She loves to sit down and write stories. She loves this thing. And if that makes it worth it, like, that's perfect. However, I've used it a lot too. This is actually perfect for me to use for when I scrapbook for other people, because I can't use my own handwriting, and I usually handwrite on my pages, but I can't on theirs, and it's so much easier to stick a journal card in here and type up their journaling really fast and their date and stuff, and then pop it on their page, than getting on the computer and printing it and cutting it out and like, it's so much easier. Love, love, love this thing. I do have another typewriter that's in a case right now. It works. It's one that plugs in, but it's like an old school one that plugs in. But it makes me a little nervous because the cord's old and I don't want to start a fire. So I just put it away for now, and it'll be my backup. It's a really cute blue color though. But anyway, I should have it displayed somewhere, but I don't. So paper pads, nothing exciting there. Here I have this fun calendar that my best friend made for me quite a few years ago, that has like fun pictures of my kids that I had emailed her over, time, and she printed them out and made this super sweet calendar for me, and I just love, love, love that. So I always have to have it hanging somewhere. And it's hanging from this is it Simply Renee, is that right? Spinner. And this just pretty much holds anything that's chalkboard themed, or supplies that you can, sorry, let me adjust my hand here. Supplies you can alter with like spray mist and things like that. So mostly all Heidi swap type of stuff up here. So I just thought that having those separate would be beneficial for me, and put those up there. And then this album I've shown a couple times, I'm trying to get it used. It's going to be like a summery, either day in the life, week in the life type of album, I think, or just a summer fun kind of album. I just put the album together without pictures, and I love it. I just got to get pictures in it. So I just have that sitting there just to remind myself to do it. It's also right above the section where I have all my summer supplies, like summer themed supplies. So that's why I have it there as well. Some additions to my room are these shelves here. So I have 4 of these. There's 2 right there. These actually stacked on top of each other. And for the longest time, I was like, well, I don't know how to use this. I don't have any room for it. I don't have any wall space. And it didn't occur to me to just use them as separate sections. And so when that thought occurred to me, I was like, oh, those would be awesome, like extra shelving units on top of my cabinets. And so, or my Calyx units. So I have 4 of them. I have one here, one there, and one over there. And they're just a great way to add in some extra storage space, and they kind of freed up some room in my cubicles. And so like up here I have I kind of mixed in some decorative pieces and with some functional pieces. So I have these big old jars. I have, I think, 3 of them around the room, and I just colored or separated out my ribbon by color and then used them as a decor piece. There's blue and yellows over there. But then they're also functional when I actually need ribbon, if I want to use ribbon. A fun story, my my friend and I, they were tearing down an old church school in our town, like old brick, beautiful church school, is it Lutheran school, and they just said anyone wants to come in and grab stuff that they want, go ahead. And We like dug around that place for like an entire afternoon. It was so much fun. But I found those old glass jars and cleaned them up, and they're just a perfect addition to my scrapbook room. So they were free and just needed some love and care, and they're just really fun jars. So just some fun, like my daughter painted this frame in I think preschool, and the candle, Dear Lizzie heart stickers that I want to use in some ways, haven't figured out how. Those up there, it's a vintage clock, and then I have, those are like kind of DIY supplies, mostly banner type supplies. And I just put them up there. So I'm in the mood to make a home decor piece. I have those there. And then these are photo boxes and then my initials. But these photo boxes all match, like they are all photos that go along with the product that's beneath them, which is how I have this whole unit organized, is by theme and holiday. And so like the red is Valentine's Day, then the 4th of July patriotic. Gray is travel. The orange, I think, is Easter. I think the gold polka dot is party. So like birthday themed photos. And I think with the Easter one, I also have like St. Patty's Day and those. And so then that's how I have my supplies organized as well. So like this whole first section here, and I'm not gonna point things out too much because it makes my phone focus on my finger, but like this whole left side here, like that's all travel themed. And so except for these are like these little frames, but anyway, so these are like kits that are travel themed kits and paper collections. And then I put embellishments and loose items in here. Like I have that whole travel set from Pretty Little Studio I just put in here. Any stamps that are travel themed, anything that's travel themed goes in here. So I don't put, for instance, I don't put the stamps with my other stamps. I put them with the theme that I'm going to use them for. And so that way it just makes it easier when I'm going to scrapbook. Say I'm going to pull out Easter photos and scrapbook Easter. I can just go to this section here and I can pull out Easter supplies and call it, and then I have everything. And then grab my photo box and I'm good. So these are albums. Some of those are albums in progress. And then the bottom is, so this whole bottom set, shelves, cubicles, are all kitted items. So all my manufacturer's kits are kits I made myself from my stash. And if they are themey, I try to put them in a section that they belong to, but these aren't not necessarily all going to match, you know, the themed section that they're in. But for instance, if there was like a Valentine's collection, I did try to put it with a Valentine's section. So this one is like a variety of themes. We have birthday, baby, pets, St. Patrick's Day. They say birthday, school, sports, stuff that I have very little amounts of supplies in. And then, so the papers and collections are here. So like this is like a baby collection. This is this is kind of an example. This is a whole pack of boy stuff. And because I used to scrapbook for a family that had boys and used lots of boy stuff for them, but I don't have any boys. And so, but I'm going to hold on to it because if I have someone asking me to do a scrapbook for their son who's getting married, then it'll come in really handy. And so again, just all themed type of stuff. Some of this is very old, but I have no problem holding on to it because I still love it. And then the basket is then your stamps, all the miscellaneous, like leftover pieces that I thought went better with Easter, summer stuff also. This is all summer themed stuff is also in here. Actually, I have some pictures in there, which I shouldn't, but I think I was working on them and just stuck them in there. So anything that follows any of those themes that is an embellishment goes in there. And then this is some more. So you can see stamps and some more stickers down there. This one is pretty empty, not super full. I probably should even those out a little bit. And then down here, again, like I said, just kits. So like that's an Easter themed kit from my goals. This is a summery themed kit. This is kind of summery, like carnival theme. So just yeah, they're all going to be a little bit different, and they're all not necessarily going to fit those themes, but sometimes I just need the space to put one more bag. So these are all just collection kits and things like that. I also include the magazines that also match the theme. So like these are all travel themed magazines and idea books. Like this is going to be all Valentine's magazine and idea books. So I also then I have the inspiration, the product, and the photos all together. This next one here is 4th of July, except for, let's see, my birthday stuff spilled over here because I ran out of room, although I think I could fit them in here. So we have birthday here, and then 4th of July is the rest of this. And so 4th of July embellishments, any patriotic stuff that I have from different, if I go to a like rally of sorts, I just bring all this stuff from it and put it in there because I'll use it and scrapbook it eventually. So that's 4th of July. And then this is actually all my scrap paper, which really needs to be cleaned out, and I need to make a kit from it and get some of this used up. But so this whole basket is just scraps, which is overflowing. And then we have 4th of July. We have Valentine's Day. So I have small paper pads, and then just collections and loose papers and things that are Valentine's themed. Oh, I think I gave myself a paper cut. Yuck. And then I think I have 2 baskets here because I tend to, for some reason, collect a lot of Valentine's stuff and doilies and things like that. So there we go. And then here now we're getting into like fall and Halloween collections. So there's some Halloween and then fall paper pads and all that. So, and then Christmas is from here on this way. This is actually, I have a Christmas vacation album I'm working on when we went to Mall of America, and I'm using brighter Christmas supplies. So what I did was I pulled all the brighter supplies I had. I stuck it here, so I just pull this bag when I'm working on that album. And then these are just papers and Christmas kits and empty albums. Because red and 4th of July both go in red albums, and so I just put in there. So I think I might have some more somewhere else. No, I think that's actually it. Anywho, and so then in here we have, let's see, Christmas. These are like stamps, punches, more tool based. This is a bunch like embellishments, stickers. My last crop I did all Christmas stuff, so I have some stuff is still in bags. I used up a ton of supplies. This is actually more project themed stuff, so more like gift tags and maybe things to make more project type of stuff versus scrapbooking, and then like ribbons and twine and stuff like that. And then down here I think is Halloween and fall goodies. I think I have Halloween and fall separated. Maybe not. I think I used to. I don't think I do anymore. So these are more like tools that are fall and Halloween separated out. And so then down here are some more Christmas kits and Christmas themed magazines, and then some more just kits. So, and then up here, this is all my spray mist and embossing powders there. And then here is just another kind of set of these shelves. In that tin up there, those are actually, I think, border strips. Sorry, guys. So I'm too short. Yep, border strips, and I think that's it. Oh, then I have some of these bags in there. That's random. But yeah, mostly border strips that I want to use up. And then another jar of ribbons, a globe, a smash book that I'm working in, and another vintage alarm clock. And then this is all then the photos that go along with the fall, Christmas, Halloween product. 6x6 pads are all Halloween. This is like Christmas cards and ephemera and things like that from Christmases there. So it's all together. And then here is a spinner that has all my Ellie Edwards stamps. And that way when I'm doing her class, or I just know I want her style of stamp for something, and I can just go straight to that, which is nice to have that separated out. Okay, I'm gonna hopefully not make you too dizzy here. Going to the back wall, I have these just decorative pieces that I got from Target a while back. And then here I have more paper pads. And on the top there in that turquoise little bin there, that is just a kit of mostly Chamel product that I'm using for my college album. And it's actually up there. It's that yellow striped one is my college album. So I just have that sitting there because I like to work on it every now and then. The blue bin there, or that dark teal bin, is actually just stuff I've purchased that I am waiting to do a haul video on, but I'm just going to wait, and I know I have more product coming in, so I just stuck it in there to do it so I could just do it all together. And then these are just paper, paper pads from orders and Hobby Lobby and, the Maggie Holmes and Dear Lizzie's and those types of things. So yeah, here's just a sneak peek. I actually got mostly all coffee themed stuff from Simon Says Stamp because I know I want to do a mini album on my business, and I co-own a coffee shop. It's not all of it is, but there were some really cute stamp sets that I wanted to get my hands on before they ran out, and some fun stencils, and so I'm really excited to show that. And then I got these because I'm still talking about organizing my ephemera, and so I just grabbed one of these. It has like the multiple, just to see if it'll work. Maybe it might end up just being a photo holder too, who knows. Anyway, some fun goodies there. Okay, then this back wall then has some more supplies, and again the bottom is all kitted up stuff. That is most of my Project Use Your Stash kits. I've worked through I think 3 of them so far. But so the rest of them that I've already I think I've put together 13. So there's like 10 more down there. But then up here, I have this fun just decor piece I got from Michael's, and it just has layouts in it, and I can just switch it up every so often and display my layouts. I have a couple spinny things for tools, some decor pieces up there, one there that I made, and then that chevron case are my, I'm sorry if you can see the light flickering. I do not like our light bulbs, and the fluorescent ones are the worst. So anyway, I need to change it, but I hope you can't totally tell it's flickering. Anyway, as my pens, like journaling pens and markers. These are all my 6x6 and some 8x8 paper pads, but mostly 6x6 there. And then these are like my loose papers, and then the paper pads that I've purchased for projects that aren't for me. So this whole thing is mostly all specialty paper, or like little tiny kits that I didn't want to waste a bag on, that I could just pull and maybe combine with another collection. But mostly specialty paper. So your glitter paper, your acetate, those types of things. Yeah. And then this is just loose paper. So when I'm done with a kit or a collection and whatever is left over that's in full, I just throw it in here. And then I filter through this every so often and destash it or make my own kits. And then this is all I have right here, is all I have for cardstock. I don't use colored cardstock hardly at all. I almost always use white, or I use settled pattern papers for my backgrounds. So I have a good bit of white, and then just a little bit of other colors for just whatever may come up. And then I have this thing here, which actually stores my 12x12 sticker sheets, if you can see in there. And don't have a lot in there right now. Most of them are with my Project Use Your Stash kits, so there's not a whole lot there. And then, like I said, these are like those random collections I've purchased to do mostly projects for my shop. So if I'm, we live in like kind of farm and cowboy country a little bit, so I got this to make some mini albums. If someone wanted to make a pre-made photo album to put in their like horse photos or whatever. I have this hunting one, so the more theme stuff that works good for gifts, those kinds of things, and then more specialty paper here. And then here is just my bin of stickers, rub-ons, embellishments, those types of things. I had like 3 of those and I only have 1 because of my product use your stash series. This is one I don't get into very often. It's actually all chipboard that I've collected over the years. And these can come in very handy for certain projects, so I didn't want to get rid of them. I also use them for templates. Like I just used this heart for a template recently. And so I just have that there just because it's something that you can use for lots of different things. I'm just not ready to let go of it yet. These are all my page protectors, and I'm missing one. I can't find, I have one of these, I think, that is all 12 by 12 page protectors because these are all divided. And I cannot find it for anything. So I have no idea where my 12 by 12 page protectors are. I lost it somewhere. I thought I took it upstairs and I just can't find it. Anyway, so these are like 8.5 by 11 and smaller. These are like your 6 by 12 ones. And then these are 12 by 12 different styles. And then just some random ones here that need to be actually put into those. Smash books and some, mostly King Company, but a couple from Michael's that I do want to play with at some point. And then down here, these are all like those old like journaling books. I mean, these are kind of like the original Project Life style, right? Like they're all your, oh, there's some Snap stuff in there too. I have a Snap album and stuff in there too. But like, this is like what, you know, these were journaling cards before kind of Project Life system started, and you just tore them out and used them. So I have all those in here along with some Snap pages and a mini album in there. Some random tissue paper in there. I'm not for sure why. We take that out of there. And then, okay, so then here, and here, and up here are all my heritage supplies. Actually kind of starts, I put these here for that reason because I could see myself using them more. So it's kind of like from here on over. I've collected for many years old dictionaries, old music sheets, old calendars. I love antique stores. And so I have a good collection of authentic and purchased heritage supplies. Also down here I have some more books down there too. And like old games and stuff like that. And so I just collected all those things. Washies that I think go great with heritage, photos, all the supplies that I've collected over the years. I've just stuck in here in these bins here. Books that I can tear stuff out of. Trying to think what else is in there. Just, yeah, that's mostly all books there. And then this whole then paper organization piece here is all heritage themed stuff, or stuff that I would look at and say I would use that for a heritage page or an ancestry page over anything else. And so then I just separated those out and put them all here. So then I have it all together. And when I'm sitting down to do an ancestry page, then I know where to go. I have this one section of supplies to look through. In the top, I have a tray of stuff here that I'm actually, a page I'm working on. But then, yeah, as you can see, not all, ancestry, but they just have that feel that I think would go better with those types of pages. So that is what those paper pads are. Okay, moving along. Hopefully you guys aren't too bored yet. I have this little it kind of comes around. You have this little nook, and then it goes then around outside to the outside of the room. I'm going to actually go around, let's see. Sorry, I'll make it dizzy. I have some cord issues here that I don't want to trip here. Okay, so then here is another wall and another shelf up there. So these crates here, those are Project Life cards. I'm still kind of reworking that system. I don't think that's ideal, but they were left over from another part of the house I was going to use them in and didn't end up using them because they didn't end up being quite the right color. But I loved them, and so I just stuck all my Project Life cards, loose cards in there, and thought I could just take one down, filter through it, find what I needed, and that works. I would like to get those closer to my typewriter somehow, so I need to figure that out. And then these are just albums that are in works. So this is my college album. And then this is that Christmassy vacation album I talked about earlier. These are these fun little pails you get from Target. I love these things. And what I've put in them is those little alpha stamps, the little black ones. And I have a variety of them. And so I thought that would be a fun way to store them and have them on that turntable there. And then these are, let's see, kind of a mix, but mostly like fibers, flowers, buttons, and bling. So these twine and tulle. These are like the threads and all the Amy Tangerine stitching things. And then more floss and fibers and things like that. And then in here I have twine. It's kind of a mess because I kind of just reorganized and didn't really, I just kind of threw stuff in there. The twines, fibers, twine, floss. These are all the flowers that I have. I got rid of most of mine, but I have a few that are still my style. And then some old mesh things there. Again, more like burlap and ribbons. And more there. I do make a lot of projects and things, so a lot of this isn't necessarily for scrapbooking. It's more for different projects that I do that I talked about earlier. These are buttons, a whole bunch of fun buttons. Let's see if I can pull this baby out. These are kind of tight in there. Just fun buttons, some vintage, some regular. And then this is like a whole mishmash of like, you can see in there, just antique jewelry, just bits and pieces, metal, old jewelry, things to use for fun projects. This is washi, which is ridiculous if that's full. And then this is, what is in here? I think these are, bling. So there's loose bling and then like this, bling that already has adhesive on it. There. Moving along, on the top here, Project Life full kits. Now, not all of these are full. Some of these I've split with my best friend, and some of them, if she got the box, then my leftovers went there. If I got the box, that they're here, but they may only have actual half of the collection. And then over here, just a variety, some different packs of Project Life cards, and then some different mini albums that I really, really love and want to use in projects and things. One more jar of ribbons, a frame. My mom actually made that at a scrapbooking class that I held way back in the day, and a couple 4x4 album kits that I went to play with. A little turny thing here of background stamps, and then that black bin is like a bunch of different adhesives, and then some decor pieces there. And then these are empty albums. I just like to have them on hand. I grab them when they're on sale. I'm actually out of one particular color, actually two, I figured out today. Because I'm putting some layouts away. So then I kind of know what I have and what I need more of when I go to Hobby Lobby next. This here is just a variety of pieces and like old like mini albums. Some of them are just loose pages. Some of them are like the full kits. But I use them, like I came here and grabbed a bunch of random ones for my December Daily album. So I hold on to those. I use those for mini albums. Oh, here's my clip thing. I forgot where I put these. These are like clips, paper clips, clothespins, all kinds of goodies in there. This is a bin of just projects that need to be worked on or figured out. And then this was empty and I just put these in here, these two big, huge punches. And then I have the Heidi Swap memory decks, and so I have the punch. So when I do that project, I'll have the punch for it. And then I have a bunch of books, magazines, etc. Some more empty albums. And then here, these are like your envelopes and things like that. File folders, like the ones Teresa Collins used to have there. Down here, just some random stuff. There's the typewriter I was talking about earlier. Well, I won't go into that. Here then I have some more decor pieces up there, and then this fun board where I can put anything that, you know, layout or inspiration. I actually made these magnets. This is why I don't throw away stuff. I don't throw away even the smallest pieces of scrap paper because I love to make these magnets, and these are just made out of like 1 by 1 or 2 by 2 inch piece of scrapbook paper is all you need, and some clear glue and a magnet and these little plant jewels, and I love to make these. I make them for the shop as well, and yeah, so that's why I don't throw away any size of scrapbook paper. Here I have my printer. It's an Epson R2000. I absolutely love it. I also have this selfie, and I'll take that with me on my scrap weekends often. And I just have this tray up here that I just have a variety of the different papers that I'm always using. Regular printer paper, photo paper, cardstock. Down here I just have extras for paper. I have this thing here that will scan in film strips, like old photo film strips, and you can then switch it over to your computer. Just printer stuff. I have a scanner there that I don't use very often, but I have it if I need it. And then these are all like punches. Both of these are my edge punches and my regular punches. Stuff I don't use too often, but I have them there when I need it. And then I have another unit over here. And up here I have all my stamps. Now at a point I used to put my stamps in these, and then I didn't like that. It wasn't very functional for me. And then I started keeping them in their packaging and just putting them up on this, and I actually like that a lot better. It's easier for me just to grab a set and put it with a kit and actually use it. And then I have some like vintage stamps. It's actually a vintage stamp holder. The M is not, it's from Michael's, but the other ones are all from antique stores. And then these are just like some random like loose chipboard alphas. These are like all the like rings and clips and things, more office supply type of stuff. And then I have lots of hardwood stamps, and most of them I didn't used to, but I had a friend give a whole bunch to me, and I just need to filter through them and get rid of what I'm not going to keep or not going to use, but I just for now put them somewhere. And this is all painty kind of stuff. These are all my inks. Underneath there are my full ones. I just have this little case that keeps the little ones so they don't get lost in the shuffle. Glitter and stickles, and then more stamps. And I need to go through some of those, and then paints in there. Sorry, it gets kind of dark back here. These are a bunch of old like making memory foam stamps. I just can't get rid of them, so I just have them in a bin there. Oh, I was looking for that earlier. Okay, see, I stick stuff in places and I can't find them. This is all like time or calendar themed supplies here. And then what's in there? I don't even know. Oh, those are some extra notepads and stuff. Okay, moving along. Then I have this really pretty picture here, and then this is a desk that I had to move in and make room for. It's an antique desk, and I love it. So here, this just holds like pretty pencil bags and stuff for when I need one. This caddy holds tools and like my different mats I can get messy on and then protect, you know, if I want to do some stamping and stuff, I can just pull one of those sheets. They're like table settings, but they're perfect for that. And I have my heat guns and glue guns, and then these like little like jump rings or whatever for attaching things. I just have those there. And a camera Scentsy, just super cute. An old Allie Edwards poster that came with her book, and then couple of mats here, because this is where I eventually just went to get, where I walk over here and do any embossing, is on this desk. And then down here, oh, the drawers are pretty basic. It's more office supply type of stuff. In here, let's see, yeah, all that fun stuff. I have, these are like full of notepads and to-do lists and all those goodies, journaling books and stuff like that. And then underneath here I have this bin here, which is all like ephemera. So I just have it organized by family, and I can say, okay, I want to find some ancestry things from this family, and I can just go in here and dig around and you know, just stuff of my parents that belong to them that I didn't necessarily know how to organize or what to do with them. There's some photos in here. Just more stuff I probably need to organize a little bit better, but at least I have it in a general category now, and that's better than what I had, you know, a year ago. And then here's where I don't love this, but I actually don't mind it either. These are just a bunch of bins, mostly all paper goods, except for this here is my new sequin container, which is just so yummy. I love that. And then I think these are like frames and overlays. I think everything else is tags, ephemera, like paper goods. So that's kind of what I want to look at organizing a little bit more specifically. And I don't know, just need to figure that out. But for now, that works for me. I can pull one out and dig through it and find what I need. Okay, so moving along, here I have this, it's actually a paper holder, but I'm using it for tools that are flat enough to fit in there. And so I have extra trimmers and punch boards, the Martha Stewart score board, the bow maker, all that's just there. And then I have a pile of stuff here, which isn't ideal, but that's just my Disney stuff I'm collecting. So I have, you can see all the photos in there, and then I have paper and embellishments, and I'm just collecting Disney themed stuff along with like the Simple Stories Disney themed stuff and the papers I'm going to add into it, and just kind of figuring that out. And then here I have my trusty old heater because I'm always cold. This is where I have all my alphas. This is from Michael's, and I'm not going to move everything, but this down here is where I have, they're organized by color. And then like those are most of the colors. And then in here I have, these are the ones, this is a pack I just grabbed to take to a crop because it has almost all the basic colors in there. But then these are like multicolored ones. And then these are like more neutral colors, so your whites, browns, blacks, and then your golds and silvers down there. I have a lot of alphas, and I really need to use them up. I just have my computer sitting up there. Sometimes I have it on my desk, but when I'm not using it, I just prop it up there so it's out of my way. And then here's my workspace and an old album that I just showed on my last video. Anyway. And then, so here, it's all empty now because I just finished using a kit, but I usually use this basket and this little bin, and then these here to put supplies for whatever kit I'm working with. So things that are a little bit taller and bigger will go in here, and then things that are all loose pieces will go in here, and then I'll put the, you know, the medium-sized packs and pieces in there, and then it's all in front of me. And so, and then in here, I always keep my enamel dots here because I use them for everything. And then my flares and smaller, I don't know what's in here. Oh, tickets, just different small bits and pieces are in those drawers that I can access anytime I need to. Here I keep my extra pieces of white cardstock and the 4x6 or 4.5 by 6.5 mats that I buy that are so much easier than constantly cutting your own mats. And then this is a cell phone holder. I wish I would have gotten like 5 of these when I got this one from Target. A little bucket here with my basic pliers I use all the time. Slick writer markers I just got. This tool set I just got. Just put that there. Some wipes. And then this is my funky setup for my videoing because it doesn't work to hang it from my ceiling because of how our ceilings are. I gotta figure something out, but this works for now. This I actually bought, okay, so this is a vintage dictionary. And then I just have an empty container there. I just needed to get the right height. But this is like where leftovers from lots of different kits have ended up. And I've been trying to pull from it. But I think it's probably just about time to maybe put this away. Or maybe I'll use this as my next kit love. And just work with it as much as I can and then just put it away. So anyway, that's just kind of a mishmash of stuff there. Drawers. I have drawers on the left side here, and we have some supplies. This is more office supply type of, kind of got some stuff in here, but there's some bins in there that have different things. Oops. these types of stamps, date stamps, roller stamps, my wood veneers, and doilies. I went and got some containers, which is nice, to separate some of those things. Brads and adhesives, blades, etc. Okay, so then let's go around this way. And coming around this way is my Bible journaling table and Smashbook, but mostly Bible journaling. So I have this piece here I got from TJ Maxx, and this has all my like mixed media, or not all of it, but mostly my mixed media and all my stencils. And then right behind it here is where I have a bunch of paints and stamps that I've sorted out from the rest of my stash to use for Bible journaling, because like Stays On are ideal ones, or ones from actual, Illustrated Faith, and colors that I thought I wouldn't be more apt to use. And then these containers I got from the dollar store. I think they were maybe $3, not dollar store, from the Target dollar spot. And I grabbed 2 of them, not really knowing what to use them for, and they are perfect for my like stickers and washi and Illustrated Faith books. So I just have them all there. And then a little basket here, which is more, there's my actual Bible and the book I'm working with now and stamp set that I'm working with now. And this just is a water thing that I just leave there. But this is like all this like smaller die cuts and things. And then here I have my watercolors, paintbrushes, all my journaling, pens and highlighters in here, a journal, some stamps, stamp blocks, and then faith-based stamps that I'll use for the journaling. And then I have my Raskog here. I have 2 Raskogs, and this one I've dedicated for this desk. So it's all stuff that I've pulled that I thought this would be great for Bible journaling or smashbooking, and just all this. And then I also pulled a lot of like older flat elements, like rub-ons, that I thought I could use because flat is obviously best in a Bible, so it doesn't get too thick. So just lots of fun goodies there. That was a really fun cart to put together, because it's just, you can just dig through it and there's all kinds of fun stuff. And then I have this random little thing. I bought a whole bunch of half-price Illustrated Faith kits from Dayspring, and I just put them all in here so I can just work through them as I need to. So this has a couple in there. This has a couple in there. This one has a couple in there. So I just got a bunch. I have a lot of kits waiting for me to play with there. I think I covered everything. There is some stuff. There are some, like, there's a cabinet behind here. It's more like kind of projects that I need to finish or complete or tear apart and redo kind of thing. Last Calyx unit here is where I have most of my, either I have some finished projects, projects in process, photos, ancestry information, office supplies, stuff from my parents, all that kind of goodness. Lots of stuff. So bookwork, like I keep receipts and stuff in these bins, and some of these like bins here have products I use for making my magnets or headbands or whatever. There's all like, that's files for work. I mean, just all kinds of stuff here. And then I try to fit some decorative elements in there as well. And the second Raskog over here, and I need to get rid of that there. But this is all my card making supplies. So this basket up here are stamps that I've set aside as being more appropriate for card making. So they're obviously like sentiment stamps. Let me get to that one there. Yeah, sentiment stamps from Joann's, like the dollar spot things. And then I have actual pre-made cards here. They have a handmade look to them, but they're not handmade, at least by me. Magazines that are specific to card making, and then envelopes and card making supplies are all down there. That would be easier. I can roll it over to my desk if I'm in a card making mood. A lot of times I'll get in a card making mood if I am digging through supplies and I have a whole bunch of like almost finished up, packages, and maybe there's 1 or 2 stickers on it and they are appropriate for a card. So I'll usually pull those out, pull out some card supplies, make a bunch of cards, get rid of a bunch of packages, and call her good. Okay, I think, did I get through everything? I think I did, you guys. Oh, up here is photos and ephemera. Some of it's mine, some of it's from my parents. And then this is like, these are the pictures ready to be scrapbooked from the client I scrapbook for. And then these white and gold are my photo albums, as well as these. And I can't remember what's in here, but I think it's maybe ephemera. And then I'm just going to really quickly show you this over here. And I think I'm going to pause it and then show you some other things as well. This is a buffet that's right next to the room. It kind of connects my scrapbook room with our living room area. And the bottom here, black and white albums are what I've designated to be family-based albums. So like together time. So anytime it's a family-oriented layout or sisters or relationships, they go in here. And I'll talk about my other the other kind of subjects I use to organize my scrapbooks, but I keep those all down here, and I love that because this is kind of our main family room, and that way people can come and sit on the floor and look through them. And then these baskets have ephemera. Again, I had like tubs and tubs of stuff from my mom. She kept everything. She was a big scrapbooker, memory keeper. She kept everything. So still have some stuff to go through, but at least they are in nice little containers now. And then these are actual, some more in there. And then I think this is probably the same actually. Yep. Some of this is like my old debate trophy and different things. And then, so this has become like my ephemera keeper. So these are like artwork and papers from my kids. I think each kid has a drawer. I still have a whole bunch more I need to organize. I just need to figure that out. And then layouts that need to be put away, or I think these have all been uploaded for like get it scrapped. I've done some layouts. I do some layouts for them each month. And so yeah, so I'm going to pause here and I'll be back, and I'm going to show you some ways that I incorporate my scrapbooks and scrapbook projects around my home. And I can show you how I organize my albums as well. Okay, I'm going to show you a couple more ways, or a few more ways, in which I store my albums around our house and leave them out so people can enjoy them. So I have, like, this is our main family room in the basement, and so I just have this cute little basket underneath here that has mini albums in it. And these are older, like I don't do a lot of mini albums anymore, but they're still super cute. I also have one there in this old toolbox that is one of me and my best friend. We each made one together during one of our craft weekends, and so we each have a similar album, and that is based on each other. And then I hope I don't want to make you too dizzy, and pardon the piles. I have these hanging up here. Nice vacuum there, sorry. I have these hanging up here that have layouts in them. So I'd love to decorate with layouts I've made. There's also one down there. And then following around, and again, this is a room we just kind of got put together, but I just have little containers everywhere with mini albums. There's one there. This is an old turnstile. This is an Allie Edwards class that I made quite a few years ago. That's super cute. And then we have this piece here, and these bins and the little containers. Like, this is my grandparents, and then these bins are fun, but these all have mini albums in them. And there's some stacked up there with cameras on top. So it's fun just to have them out. This is actually a really fun album that I made of my husband, of his youth, using just a Target binder. But let's see if I can do this here. It was super fun. Like, I just used like file folders and scrapbook supplies and just made, like, I combined all of his, like, stuff he had drawn and written, and added photos and envelopes. That's all stuff from my husband's youth. So when I got that bin from his mom, that tub of stuff, I had a heyday with that. So he actually has 2 albums there of just his youth, and I have them there. And again, some other little albums I've made, some older ones there. These here, it's interesting because the Scrap Gals just did a podcast about scrapbooking events for posterity's sake, and that's actually a series of scrapbooks that I did. One is focused on 9/11, and one is focused on the Oklahoma City bombing because we went and visited that site, and the other one I think is empty. But I actually scrapbooked because I had been to the Twin Towers, and anyway, scrapbooked a combination of photos that actually just printed off the internet and scrapbooked about those days. And then when I was actually there visiting, the photos from when we were there. So that was kind of a neat project to do. I was just thinking about those the other day, that I had done that. So, and then there's more albums up there. So just a fun way to display all the crazy albums I've made throughout the years. And then I have this random window which needs to be hung up. We had to do some rearranging, but I have a couple layouts there in an old vintage window. And I'm going to pause you and go to another part of the house. Okay, now I'm upstairs, and you may hear a little girl singing, which is okay. So I have a few different places up here that I display albums. Here's one of them. It's just a display piece. I have a cabinet here and some decor pieces. And I keep the most like holiday or event specific albums up here. So like these are well, this one's a Valentine's album, and this is actually an album of my parents. Hold on. Sorry. And so I just have those displayed here so that we have, and then like if there's a holiday or a birthday, and then I can just focus on, put the focus on specific albums, and I leave those here. And then over here, I have this container here that has this I need to find some place for. We just completely rearranged the entire main floor of this house, and so I'm still trying to figure out some things. But here I have a bunch of mini albums again, and the top ones are all Valentine's themed. So I like having those just where you can grab them and look through them. And then this piece here, I have some more different mini albums, either that I made or that my mom made. Like there's a couple here I think my mom made, and then I have some down there. Sorry, my kiddos are chatting over there. That's mostly it. Like this is actually like a fold out album there. I made one of those. And then over here, I have one more of those flip pieces from Michael's here that has just lots of different layouts that I can change up. And then here is just it's like a nook. It actually used to be a bar when we first moved in here. And it's just a fun place where I display things. It's also my sorting spot for layouts, and I'm obviously in the process of putting some away. But this nook is super fun. So I'm very lucky to have this space, and it's a little bit of a chaotic mess right now because, like I said, I'm still kind of organizing some of this. We've only been in the house for a couple years. And like I said, this whole main floor we reorganized before Christmas. So still kind of working some things out. But down here, this is probably where they have the alcohol. But I have scrapbooks in it. That's just how we work, right? These are all completed scrapbook albums. And there was a certain point where I switched over from just cute albums to actually having kind of a color scheme based on themes. So the ones that aren't following the color scheme have those little tags on them, and so I know whose they are. So a lot of those are older. And then over here I have kind of my more recent ones, a little project I made there, and then more recent ones here. Let me turn the light on. This is also kind of like my book nook as well. I have books here. So here, these are all, and there's some spots missing because I'm out of certain colors. But so these are all the current albums that I'm right now adding to. And so they are themed. Like I know I could tell you exactly what is in them. Like green is the Mackin family. So I'll have one for reunions and one just for general pictures when we're all together. Multicolored is for Dyer family. Gray is for friends. And I have one that's a variety of different friends. I have one specific to me and my best friend, Angie. Let's see. This is my husband's. Pink is my oldest daughter. Aqua blue is my youngest, so that's what I'm out of. Purple is fall and Halloween. Red is either 4th of July or Christmas. And this vintage one I bought a bunch of these. I have all my childhood photos in there and memories. And then this is like spring photos, like Easter photos. And then down there is ones that are recent, but they've been filled, and also some kind of themed albums as well, like vacation items or albums that I've completed as well. And so I have a whole bunch of albums here. And then I have books and oils and these are so fun. These are old sewing boxes, and I actually put oil supplies in here. Some of them are empty, but yeah. Anyway, and then I made that fun tray using a bunch of Seven Gypsies supplies and Tim Holtz supplies. Super fun. Okay, I'm going to pause you and go to a different room. Okay, here's another place where I have some albums and actually a layout featured. This was actually an old window, and it happened to fit a 12 by 12 perfectly. And this piece was my grandparents, and they both passed away. And it just fit perfectly. It worked perfectly. My mom actually had it for a while and before she passed away. And then she had scrapbook albums on it. So I'm like, well, I'm going to use it for the same thing. But I focused it more on ancestry and heritage. So that's a layout I made. And then these are some that my mom made and some that I made. So like this is a Gardner family. Great. Just it's so fun to sit and look through these. And there's lots of good information in them. My mom did a lot of work and research on both sides of our family. And then this is our dining room, and I kind of call this like our heritage room because I have a bunch of these old photo albums I've collected from over the years. They aren't from our family, but they're super beautiful, and I've collected them over the years and just love them so much. Some of them have photos in them, some of them don't, but they're so pretty. And then these are actual like marriage certificates of my ancestors. And just they're so beautiful, and I'm lucky to have them. And then I just have made a point to just put older photos in this room. Like I have those old beautiful painted photos of my grandparents and great grandparents on my dad's side up there. And then all their china. This is all china from both sides of the family and of my family. I don't think we got any of Dan's. I don't think. So I just kind of made this room kind of about that, and I love that. I also have some more scrapbook albums that my mom had done, and I got from her, are in here. It's just a mess in there, but there's a whole bottom shelf that's full of just finished albums, mostly of hers, and a plant that obviously needs some attention. And then this is one of my favorite pieces that I made. Well, this here I actually made, I think this was a Jenny Bolin class from way back in the day, using an old fork and just making it into a little photo holder. Love that, so fun. But this is like my favorite project I've ever made. It's an old printer's tray, and I used a Teresa Collins line and a bunch of glitter and older like vintage supplies, Tim Holtz supplies, stick pins, old jewelry I'd gotten from antique stores, just all kinds of, keys, and just focused this on my and my husband's parents, grandparents, and great-grandparents, I believe. So that was a really fun project to do. So I love stuff like that I can decorate the house and have it be handmade and have it also be special and have meaning behind it. So I think that's it, guys. I think that, there's probably more. I'm sure I have more things around the house, like a random album here or there, but I do really try to make my creations and my albums I make them part of our household. I have them around, and I make them accessible for people to look through and for me to look through. And I think that that's really important. They don't just get stored away and not enjoyed. And I did want to make one note about my albums. When I have them themed by color, but I don't have them chronological. But someday I do see myself going back and pulling all my 4th of July albums, for instance, which would all be red. And I really should make them blue so they're different from Christmas. I'll have to think about that. Anyway, I can see myself pulling them all out, and then someday making, just picking subject by subject and then making each of them chronological at some point. Right now, not going to worry about it. I just want a scrapbook put them in the album, and then down the road I can always reorganize them in a chronological fashion. But other than that, I don't. Anywho, I will quit babbling. I just wanted to kind of show you, like I said, how my scrapbooking is a part of my daily life and what I see every day. And hopefully that kind of gives you an idea of when things are made in the scrapbook room that I just showed you, kind of where they go from there. So thank you guys so much for watching, and happy scrapping. Bye-bye.